Hello everybody and welcome back to the Crypto Potluck. In this video we're going to be jumping into some technical analysis, but I'm really here to show you an interesting graph that uses heat maps in a way that would really help your trading, which I found really interesting. So I'm going to be jumping into Tensorcharts.com. I will include a link in the description down below, but it's a free tool that you can use, and it looks like any ordinary graph whenever you just first bring it up. It may be a little bit fancy, but we do have over here the candle periods that you can jump into, and then up here you can actually decide what coin you want to look into. So they do support a lot of coins and exchanges, but the real, I guess, thing that's most interesting is whenever you start looking into it, right? We can see basically bars start to form, and it creates this new indicator that isn't that widely used, in my opinion, that could help you determine what is going on as far as trading is concerned. So basically these bars are supposed to be signaling where orders are within the market and really what is pushing up or pushing down the price. Okay, so if you want to alter this, all right, the best way to do it is down here. You can see I can click heat maps, and then you can change basically the brightness of it. So I can increase the brightness of it. I'll particularly do that for this video, but you can also increase or decrease basically the minimum volume to signify as a bar. So you can see if you really want to push it up or down, you can really see the big players that are making buys and sells versus the medium, going lower and lower. So that's really how you can use this tool to really nail the market. And I think as we jump into different time frames, you'll really see this thing in use. So in general, I'm gonna actually zoom into a realistic. We'll go into the actual time frame that we're at right now, move into the 1 hour, and we'll see what's going on here. So clearly, this is what you want to be looking for, all right? Whenever you're looking at this, as you can see, I have a medium volume right now, so we can really see the big players and the big sellers. But this is a really good tool to basically signify, when you can get into the market. So really, we can tell a lot of this, which is crazy. A lot of this is because of BitMEX, and the shorting that happens on there. You can see that a lot of these orders are actually the ones that are pushing down the volume. And relatively, whenever BitMEX went offline, you can see that it hasn't even caught up to this point. Because there are now, fewer, I just wanted to highlight it, but now there's fewer orders. So there aren't as many positions. There are starting to form now, and they're starting to come back in at the very highs of 6,800. But the majority, and the big thing that I want to point out is basically this big cluster in general that has been holding down the Bitcoin price, it still isn't there. And we're now dealing with a smaller, I guess, amount of shorts, but we're really starting to see openings within the market. And how can you determine this, okay? So if I move in even closer, we can see that we have a gap. Okay, and what this gap is signifying is that, of course, if I pull out the volume, and I increase the minimum volume, we can see that there are orders there, right? But the majority of the orders that are there at medium amount of, I guess, heat map, we can see that the majority of the orders that are pushing down the price, that it's not. It's going, like, it's mainly at 6,500. So we can see that there was an opening for us to jump. And I think right now we're about to see another opening, because we can see that we're most likely going to jump to 6,590 because there's no orders really coming in right now pushing down the price. So if you move this into 15-minute frames or 1 hour, you can still have a better view of what is going on, but we can still see where there's an absence of support, and that's really what you want to be looking for. And that's another reason why I like the Ichimoku clouds is because we can see where the majority of the support is located. But with this tool, we can dive into it more, and it isn't, Ichimoku clouds, but it's a different strategy, but the same concept. Really figure out how much is pushing down and pushing up on the price. There is a thing that I do want to point out though about right now in price is that we aren't really having a major support until 6,341. So there is a big opening. This is also a good tool to set your stop loss, because if the last opportunity for you to get out of the market is going to be at 6,465, where there are support orders that will actually be fulfilled, then you can tell that if you are holding on to the coin, by the time that it's collapsing below that, you're going to have a far larger fall, which would be relatively all the way down to here. So you'd have an extra negative 1.53% on BTC if you are not able to stop loss out at that position, because there aren't as many orders that are willing to take the risk at these levels. Now, like I said, this relatively is a very interesting program, and I do see that they have the option where you can actually edit the script itself. So for any of the programmers in our group that find this really interested, we can even fine-tune it farther if that sounds appealing, and maybe see if we could, create a unique strategy and connect it within our automation trading programs, because that's the goal. Basically find something that works, find strategies that you really relate to, that you can rely on, your best tools to dissect what the market is doing and combat it with a way to automate it. So I'm going to be very interested in how I'm going to try and approach this and implement this into my current trading, so that I can get some of the benefits of having a heat map, really watching what is pushing down and up on the price, and use that to basically determine if my bot should be determining to short or hedge the market or go full bull. So if any of this is interesting, and if you're just finding the Crypto Potluck, please join the Crypto Potluck. We're growing relatively fast, and I appreciate the people that were bringing me this, because I think that this was a really interesting tool, and I wanted to make a video helping explain it. And if you want to support the channel, the best way to do it is our private Patreon, where you get put into our private Discord group, and we share all this information, and we help each other out, and we kind of come up with unique ways to tackle the market. And I send out my personal alerts whenever I'm determining, good points or buys or sells within the market, and I keep you guys up to date on there. Other than that, at the end of the day, you guys are your own investors, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day trading the market.